welcome back to the channel. As you can probably tell already, the test drive on the car didn't actually go too well. I've had to take all the front end of the car off again. A bit of a full electrical meltdown of the front headlights, etc., which I will explain in a little short clip I've got just after reporting the drive post test drive. Other than the electrical faults, the car actually drove quite well. The real issue we had suspension wise was a slight knock-in coming from the back end, but it was sort of like a dut-dut. Now on the car we actually redid the handbrake shoes on there. Now on the new shoes they weren't chamfered on the edges, but I think I'm going to have to take the wheels off and the disc off and chamfer them properly, and then that I'm hoping will solve the slight little chirping sort of knocking noise as we were spinning along. That's the electrical fault. I'm just going to play a little clip of when I pulled it into the drive now. Right, so we've blown a headlight, and a side light down here. Yeah, there's a bit of flicker on the dash. Not really sure what's the problem at the minute. Yeah, so I've done a bit of digging after that. I think part of the issue was I was running a flat battery in the car that I just jump started. I've done that before and it has been okay before, but because of the way this car's wired up, which we'll show you in a second, it's blown a load of fuses, blown a load of bulbs, and caused a bit of a mess. You got to remember is these cars spent a hell of a long time in the early 2000s being worth 1,500 quid, 2 grand, so a lot of people did some very poor quality repairs on these. Anyway, yeah, so basically what I've found, you're supposed to have a fuse for the dip beam left, dip beam right, main beam left, main beam right. And all these fuses are fused by a 7.5 amp fuse. But on this one, we've just got 120 amp fuse running all the lights. So yeah, we've got the normal power running for the main beam and dip beam to this light. And then instead of using this broken connector here that needs repairing, I'm guessing, instead of repairing it properly, they've just bridged across from the left hand light to the right hand light and then put a massive fuse in there. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test. Well, I already know that we've got no power to either main beam or dip beam here at the front. So what I need to test is if we've got power going to the fuse, go for main beam left, dip beam left. If we don't have power, apparently there's one wire that just comes under here according to the wiring diagram. This singular wire then splits off to the 4 fuses and then in turn runs to the front. I'm really not happy with just running that. I know I could probably get away with putting the new battery on it and then it wouldn't surge up to 16 volts like it has been, you know, trying to charge a flat battery and blow the fuses and blow the lights, but yeah, that really needs repairing properly. So I've got a new battery here to go in. That's the battery all plugged in there. And now when running, I'm hoping that we should have 14 volts, not 16 volts. Perfect. Right, so I've got the van running in the background there, just to make sure the battery stays charged. I don't want to flatten it by having the main beams on. According to this, it's fuse 22 for dip beam left, and main beam left is 20. So 22 and 20. Pull the fuses out there, both 7.5s. Test things, and yeah, they are both working. So we just want to see now if we've got voltage running through them. 20, we have got no volts. I'm just going to put it on dip beam just to see if we get voltage on the number 22. Nope, no voltage across either. Right, so I'm going to have to take this fuse box out here. There's just a couple screws in the corner. Then we can see if we can try and chase it around. I'm really not a fan of wiring. It's probably one of the hardest jobs on the car. So it takes a lot of multimeter testing at certain points because obviously there's going to be a break somewhere. It's just trying to find it. I'm just doing more digging here, as I say, because we didn't have power to the fuses, so it's suggesting that the break is between the fuse box and the dashboard. But if we're going on dip beam left here on the continuity test for if there's a break in the wire, it beeps if there's a closed circuit, so there's current passing through. And if we do that, so there's no brakes between dip beam left, and then we've also got no brakes for main beam left. So as I say, it's just a simple case of sorting out some of the wires at the back of the fuse box. Good news. I would not want to be tracing the cables that sort of run along the front chassis leg here, because that would be an absolute nightmare. Here I've got up a wiring diagram. Just thought I'd show you this to better explain what's actually going on. So first I found a bridge going from headlamp right to headlamp left. The original wires have then been cut, being left made redundant, as you can see highlighted in red. I have then tested these red wires as highlighted and have confirmed that there are no breaks between the fuse box and the headlamp. So hopefully I can find the brake at the back of the fuse box, meaning I don't have to take the whole dash out of the car just to sort this stupid problem out. So I've got the fuse box loose here, and this is the block connector for all the light system. And if we look here, you know, the white and black one is for the left front, and then so is the yellow and black one just there as well. Now we've got two feeds coming in here. We've got the dark, we've got the thick red, and we've got the thin red. Now the thick red was just pulled out ever so slightly, and that's caused the issue. So now if we go back to the front, now back at the front of the car, if we go on yellow, which is dip beam, we have 12.35 volts. And now with main beam on, we've got on the white here, we should have 11 volts. That will do, considering the engine's off and whatnot. So all I need to do now is rewire these in here and get rid of this awful bodged up wires that we see at the back here. This awful bridge. Don't know why people do it, honestly. Spend 10 minutes fixing a problem, job done. Anyway, just a small screwdriver to get those old bridges off. I then put on the heat shrink and then proceeded to solder on the wires properly. After I've tested, shrink down the heat shrink. Right, that's them temporarily wired up. I still need to do the heat shrink. Just going to start the car up and test for dip beam and main beam. Hopefully this works. If it works, we'll be very happy. I'd say that's problem solved. The wires there plumbed in there and there. Obviously I've just unplugged them just to show you. But yeah, no need for this stupid bridge anymore. That can go straight in the bin. It might feel like 1 step forward, 5 steps back, but that's how we roll here apparently. To the rear wheel now with the handbrake off. It doesn't feel too bad, but if you spin it really quick it will lock up now and again. There we go. Locks up now and again. Now if I put the handbrake on 1 click, like so, then when we spin it again it seems to lock up a hell of a lot more frequently. Like so. So yeah, I definitely think I need to chamfer the brake shoes. So I'll whip this wheel off and I'll show you that, because I don't think I've actually shown you how the handbrake mechanism works on these. It's quite complicated, especially for the age of the car. Right, yeah, so ignore the brake caliper. That is resting on a jack, so I'm not stressing the line behind it. But yeah, these are the shoes. They just press onto the inside of the disc. That's how the handbrake system works on these. Now I've just got my rotary file here. I've just taken a little chamfer off the edges, and I'm hoping that will stop it gripping to the inside of the disc too hard and sort of clappering, I guess, as it's going along. Right, that's the wheel all back on there now. I'm just going to take it for a second test drive. I don't know whether I'm going to film that now or not. But yeah, anyway, I think I'm going to call that a video here. I'll clip in the original test drive now. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Yeah, on purpose. Foot slipped on it. It seemed to drive alright when I was driving anyway, just then. Millions of warning lights all over the dash, that's what we want. Don't stall it, you're not used to driving. Just clutch. Why are you doing like that? A bit of you see the lights flash? Say we've got a knackered battery and it really jump started it, so I don't know it's
Might be a bit of that, yeah.